Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, even a chancer like the president of the United States, Donald Trump, has balked at the wayo double hand play. So the United States are putting in caveats to mitigate against the Nigerian government re-looting the Abacha loot that was previously originally looted. So the headline again, Nigerian government will replace 300 million Abacha loot fully if diverted, says the United States. So now let's not get into what exactly the Americans are saying. Nigeria must use money repatriated from funds looted by former military ruler General Sani Abacha on agreed public projects or be forced to replace it, the United States Justice Department said. According to Reuters, the United States and the British dependency of Jersey agreed with the Nigerian government in February to return $300 million that Abacha, who died in 1998, has stashed in their banks. Nigeria has pledged to use it, that is the money, to develop road infrastructure. The United States Department of Justice outlined the so-called clawback provision in response to a query from a powerful U.S. senator questioning the prudence of returning the cash. Should any of the parties, including the United States, conclude that any of the returned funds had been used for any ineligible expenditure, a clawback provision would then obligate the FRN Nigeria to replace fully any such improperly diverted money, the letter stated. It, however, did not specify how or to whom the money would be replaced. The provision is notable as Nigeria continues efforts to repatriate monies allegedly stolen during Abacha's tenure leading Nigeria, Africa's biggest oil producer, from 1993 until he died in 1998. Corruption watchdog Transparency International estimates he stole as much as $5 billion of public money during that time. Abacha was never charged with corruption during his lifetime and died in office. A spokesman of Nigerian Attorney General Abubakar Malami said the government under President Muhammadu Buhari had a history of prudent and transparent utilization of recovered assets and that the money would be used as outlined in the agreement. The federal government does not in any way contemplate of doing otherwise, spokesman Umar Jubilu Gwandu told Reuters. So of course already we know this is an absolute and a complete lie by this. So we're going off the last statement, of course, an absolute and complete lie. Because of course the monies that was returned in the first tranche was meant to be utilized for infrastructures, public infrastructures, but this was the exact same money that Buhari determined that he was going to use as palliatives, and then Yemi Oshibanjo, the vice president, then went round market squares handing out 10,000 naira to market women. So that was the 10,000 naira that was handed out to market women as bribery for voting for Buhari. So this was what all of that tranche of money was spent on. So them now saying that they are going to be honest to the agreement of what was agreed, that this things was this money repatriated was going to be spent on public infrastructure, is an absolute lie and a total fallacy. But then of course the Americans had put in a caveat to say that if you divert this money for other purposes than the purposes that was agreed, you would have to replace it. So you would have to replace it is what was put in the agreement, but from where is the next question, of course. So if you are saying, okay, you are repatriating, and by the way, let me just divert a little bit. Let me just a little bit of a background narration just to give coloration to this whole thing. When Buhari from 1999 to up to 2015 was campaigning for the Nigerian presidency. His one mantra was that Abacha was not a corrupt man and Abacha never stole a penny from Nigeria. This is what Buhari had said all the way through, and you don't even have to take my word for anything. Just Google it and there'll be countless accounts of where Buhari had said this. That Baba, you have to remember, of course, that Buhari was part of the Abacha administration. He was the chairman of the Petroleum Trust Fund under Abacha. So it was part of that whole looting game that was going on there. There was part of course, the looting game that was going on under Obasanjo's first incarnation within the Nigerian space as a military head of state. We're going even further back than Abacha, so we're going to the 80s now. So under Obasanjo in the 80s, when Obasanjo was president, Buhari was the Minister of Petroleum, and billions of that was the first real case actually of mass corruption within the Nigerian space, because millions of dollars, I'm saying millions of dollars, don't be stupid, billions, over $2 billion was said to have been diverted from the Nigerian state into a Midlands Bank in the United Kingdom now. I think Midlands Bank is now HSBC Bank. I'm not sure. I think it's now HSBC Bank. So it was diverted then from the petroleum funds then into Midlands Bank then, and $2 billion in the early 80s is because the early 80s now we are talking about maybe 5 naira to a pound though. So it's not the situation we're in now. So you go and do the math. So this guy, Buhari guy, this your Mr. Saint that you are all hailing as the anti-corruption guy, has been at the very heartland of corruption within the Nigerian state from the very beginning. This guy has been part of every coup that has happened in Nigeria. He has been part of every corrupt administration that has been in Nigeria from the Obasanjo military day up till date. He was part of all of it. It was the petroleum minister under Obasanjo, where all this $2 billion dollar scandal was the rage then. He was the Petroleum Trust Fund chairperson under Abacha, where Amnesty International is now telling us that a minimum of $5 billion was stolen by Abacha. But then, of course, what does Amnesty International know? The Nigerian state will tell you that from their records, we're talking in the 20s of millions, if not 30s, certainly two digits billions of dollars that were stolen by the Abacha family. And to buttress that, one of Abacha's son, I think his name is Mohammed or something, one of Abacha's sons said God will never let them be as poor as Dangote. And Dangote, of course, is the richest black man on the planet officially, because there's some legitimacy to his own money. I'm not saying his money is legitimate, but I'm saying there's some legitimacy to his own money. So now the Abacha family are now saying that God will not let them be as poor as Dangote. And Dangote, of course, we know commands about 10 to 15 billion dollars. So if God is not going to let the Abacha be as poor as Dangote, then we're talking 20, 30, 40 billion dollars. So these people just looted the whole place. Really, it's effectively what happened there. But of course, then going back to this narrative now, the original premise of this particular video, the $300 billion the Abacha money that was repatriated to Nigeria, they've of course reloaded this money. There's absolutely no question about that, and they did that publicly as well, by the way. So there's really no counter argument to that. But really, where the argument is how now this clawback is going to be ignited or activated. So how is that clawback that the Americans had put in the agreement going to be activated? And two, who is it going to be clawed back from? So if they are saying they're going to claw it back from Nigeria if they don't use the money for the purposes that was agreed, then where is that clawback going to come from? So is the clawback then going to come from the Nigerian Central Bank? And if the clawback comes from the Nigerian Central Bank, would that then not to all effects mean that the Nigerian Central Bank has effectively paid for the election or reselection, should I put it in the right context, in the proper context, of Malam Buhari, because the 300 million Abacha $1 million, that is Abacha money that was repatriated to the Nigerian space, was handed out in 10,000 naira tranches. But then, of course, it just happened coincidentally that it was in the middle of elections that this now initiative was being played out. So Yemi Osinbajo, we also saw pictures of him and videos of him, this ridiculous little man that has been now completely emasculated by the Malamis, who do not even have 0.1% of his education, but clearly 100% more of his brain, so this is now how that money was spent. So how it's now going to be refunded is really where the interest is and the narrative is, and this is the interesting bit. Who is now going to refund that money that the Americans sent back to Nigeria on the proviso that it is spent on public infrastructure but was diverted to the Malam Buhari's campaign as a 10,000 naira bribery token to market women all over the country? So how are they then going to claw that back, and where are they going to claw that back? This is really where the question is. So who stands as the arbitrator of this, and who defines the parameter? So a lot of things goes on within that space, of course, and boju gbabe magbabe, before you know it is all covered up and everything moves on. It's not as though the American system is a bastion of honesty itself. I mean, look at the person that that they have as president, Donald the Fraud Trump. So this is now the going on now, but the Abacha loot now is back in contention again, and this is the subject matter of this particular video. They have handed it out in 10,000 naira trenches to market women. Maybe like 100 million of it was used for that, and the remaining 200 million dollars, of course, is on its way to Dubai. Has already, should I say, made its way to Dubai to buy a few more estates for the Malamis. Conversations in the comment section. The Americans are trying, but there's really no stopping these people. They will continue to rob us and bleed us until we have the capacity to evolve ourselves from their clutches. So wherein lies the evolution of the Nigerian person, the average Nigerian being? This is really where the question is. How do we evolve? Where is our emancipation? Any ideas? Drop them in the comment section. But before you come share thoughts, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop any video. Then come tell me what you are making of this endless and open and naked looting of the Nigerian treasury by the Malamis. Not just the Malamis though. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not just the Malamis. We also the 2 billion vans, should I put it properly, that went to Tinubu's house during the election. So the looting is all over. Peter Obi, our Chinaman, I want to be the just ridiculous people. So all these ridiculous people, Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas and Fulanis, that are just looting the treasury blind. What is the rescue plan for the Nigerian person from these people is my question. Your answers in the comment section. So click on subscribe, the bell button as well, and please click on like as well. I don't ask for that often and I should more, so click on like, subscribe, and the bell button for notification, and then immediately go into the comment section to share your thoughts so I can engage with you. I tend to respond to my subscribers, so leave your comments in the comment section and then we'll carry on the conversation there. But here I say peace.